Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Susan.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for letting us do a van tour today.
No problem.
Can you tell me what you're driving?
I'm driving a 2018 Promaster. I have the extended wheelbase and I have a high top.
And how long have you had it?
3 years.
And you live in it full time, right?
Full time, 3 years.
And where are you from?
I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Toronto area.
Okay. And you live here, or you travel in the U.S. how much?
6 months out of the year. I don't want to be in winter at home.
Well, we don't blame you for that.
Right.
Well, we would love to see the inside of your van.
Well, come on in.
So first, tell me about your screens.
So I didn't do the build on this van. I bought it used and it was built out already. It was converted by a young man.
Okay.
And he was in it for a couple of years before I bought it from him. So these are not bore van.
Oh.
They're for a home.
Oh, nice.
But they work pretty good. They're kind of long. And I don't cut them off. I just tuck them up in because it's kind of nice when I'm somewhere and it's windy. The extra length gives weight and they don't blow around too much.
Well, this is your home, and everybody has a room in their home that they don't want to show. So you only show us what you are comfortable with.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Underneath here I have garbage. I have a big container for my gray water and potty is in here.
Oh, okay.
And that's what.
And what kind of potty do you have?
Composting potty.
Okay, good. And what do you use? What kind of medium do you use for that?
It uses itself.
Oh, okay. So it's an actual composting potty. Okay,
yes.
cool. All right.
Okay.
Okay. What else?
Up here I've got sort of kitchen stuff, you know, like my Pam spray and dishes, and then other accessories for my kitchen and my cloth to drain.
Okay. And these cabinets were in it when you bought it?
Yes, and they have what they call European hinges. And I wouldn't recommend European hinges in anybody's build because the van rattles and vibrates, and the hinges, they get loose, and so you can see here that these aren't lined up, so I have to go in and adjust 2 screws.
Oh, I see.
On each hinge.
Okay.
To get it lined up. So someone has suggested Loctite, so I'm gonna.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And now, what about above you? Is that a Max Air fan or just a vent?
This is a Max Air fan. It's great for when it's hot. Right. Because it just sucks the hot air out.
Okay, cool. And you have one, or do you have more than one?
I just have one.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And what's in the other cabinets? You don't have to show us if you don't want, but.
This is kitchen frying pans, etc. Things like that. I cook on a single burner propane stove, which is under here, and I just pull it out and cook. Okay. I have an alarm on the ground, and I turn on the fan, and I feel perfectly fine cooking inside the van.
I feel safe in mine too.
A lot of people don't, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. And then I see you have an air fryer on the stove or on your counter. Do you use that a lot?
I use it quite a bit. Yes.
Okay.
And I also have a crock pot.
Oh, nice.
Now, don't ask me any electricity questions because I don't know the answers. I just know I have enough power that I can run this bad boy.
That's all you need to know, right?
So up here, I use it for storage for paper products like my paper towel and Kleenex. There's never enough storage in a van, never. And over here is my comforter that I use on cold nights. Okay. That's all that's up here.
This is really roomy inside. How long is this?
I think it's the 159 inch. Okay. Yeah, it's extended in length.
Okay. And so you have a curtain to separate the cab from the...
Yes, because I have coats hung up.
Oh, okay.
So this way it sort of hides that. And this is my puffer vest for today because it's kind of chilly.
Yes, it is.
But it looks really nice. You know, it looks nicer than just having something here.
Right.
One of the things I find about living in the van is that if something can look nice, like this is smooth as opposed to cluttered, right? You know, with a coat or with stuff, right? It just is more appealing, and it makes it feel bigger.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
very good. All right, anything else you want to tell us about the front? And you tell me this real quick. You travel not by yourself. Who do you travel with?
Oh, my little kitty cat, Mr. Bernie.
Yeah, and Bernie's room's up front, right?
Correct.
Okay, we'll look at that in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else up there you want to tell
I
me?
have drawers here. One is all kitchen stuff, you know.
Uh-huh.
And this one is my junk drawer, so double-sided tape, all that kind of things,
Yes.
like pliers. And then this is my pantry, which I have my, I put a bungee on it while I'm driving, just because. But if I open it, I have bungees in here. And then these drawers, they slide out.
Those are
and I
nice.
have another one on the bottom.
Then you're not digging around in there.
No, before I used to just, it was just an open space before, and I had baskets stacked on baskets, and it just didn't work. So I did that, and I love it. I love it.
Okay, so now we'll change sides.
I had talked about how storage is always a thing, and I kind of love clothes a lot. As you can see, my t-shirt matchy. Anyways, this here was 3 cabinets, but there was no shelf in between. So what I did was I put a rod across the top and I hung clothes in here. But it was kind of pain in the butt because there was pieces of wood here and down here. So I had to, you know, do all that.
Right.
So a friend of mine, we did this experiment. She built a shelf up here for me, and that's my crock pot, and that's an air popper for my popcorn. So I can snacky snack.
Well, important things.
And then of course you always find, you know, somewhere to stick something.
Yes.
But I have a bunch of clothes in here.
Uh-huh.
And my laundry is so full, it's pushing out this door.
Well,
but
we're going to take care of that tonight.
Yes.
But I will tell you, having a closet, it's very kind of a luxury in van life, isn't it?
And so in the spring, when I get home, I'll paint all this and it'll look nice. This is a great mirror. I bought it off of Amazon. They're peel and stick tiles. It's not glass.
Cool.
It's acrylic. So it's kind of nice because you can check your hair or whatever the heck you want to do. And I don't have to worry about, you know, it breaking.
Yeah, very nice.
It's a safety thing, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna make this beautiful, but for now, I just love it.
For now, it's functional.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And storage. So I have my fridge over here. It's a chest fridge, and it used to be.
Oh, okay, right here.
And it used to be in a different spot. When I moved it there, I had to move other things.
Right.
So I have those boards. These big orange boards.
Oh, okay.
And I have a
like
ladder.
recovery board. Is that what they're called? Recovery boards?
And I have a telescoping ladder because if you have solar, you have to be able to get up there.
Sure.
And I have a few other things. And so I hung everything on the wall because I never use this. I sit here and this table comes out.
Oh, I love those tables.
And I sleep back here. So I can make this into a bed by taking the table, but I never do.
Okay.
It works perfectly for me this way.
Now, if you were to make that into a bed, what size bed would it be?
I would say queen size.
Oh, okay.
Because
nice.
I have an extra piece of this table that's a little bit longer, so the bed would be all the way to there.
Oh,
and
nice.
It would be full width of the van.
Very big.
So it'd be huge. And,
Yeah.
you know, Bernie doesn't take up that much
Yes.
So when I hung all this stuff up, I put the curtains over because it just looks smoother and nicer. But as you can see, I have a storage problem because I'm a pop addict. So what I'm going to do, another spring project for me, is all I do is alternate these cushions every 6 months. I swap them out.
Oh, okay.
So when I get home, I'm going to swap them. But the set that I would put here, I'm going to put into storage. And then that will leave this whole bench that I can put up baskets.
Oh, yeah.
And then this net can just flip over. And then this will just look cleaner and tidier.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I don't feel like I'm claustrophobic, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But it would just look nicer.
Right.
So that's there's always a project.
Exactly. It's never over.
Never over.
Yes.
And then I put curtains back here. They're the blackout curtains, but it offers some insulation and it helps when it's cold and when it's warm.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have a skylight up here.
Oh, nice.
But it doesn't open. So during the day, I have a piece of reflectix that just goes up on
To keep the heat out.
to keep the heat out. And yeah,
Do you put it up at night to keep the cold out?
if it's super cold, I do. But I like waking up
To the sunshine.
to
Yeah.
the sun, right? And
Yeah.
I put up privacy shades up front. So if I keep this covered, it's super dark in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that way,
Then you don't know when
it's
it's
a
daylight.
natural alarm.
Right.
And I like that.
Right.
Because now that I'm retired, I don't want to be setting an alarm clock.
I don't
want to
blame
get up
you.
with the sun.
Good.
So that's what I
Very
do.
good. And I love the macrame thing in the back, and your foliage is beautiful.
Well, thank you. Now, I'm old enough to have done macrame. At one time, we macrame
It's coming back, I
dolls
hear. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just bought this off Amazon.
Okay.
And my foliage is from the dollar store.
Ah, gotta love the dollar store.
You know, it's cheap
Yeah.
and cheerful.
Yes.
Right? And it just, you know, pulls everything. And even my flowers over here,
Uh-huh.
they hide this, you can't cover this part in
Uh-huh.
a Promaster, because if you need to replace your taillights,
Oh, yeah.
that grill comes off.
Gotcha.
So this way it kind of camouflages.
Yes.
And then on this side I've got, you know, some hats
Uh-huh.
hanging, and that camouflages the other side.
Okay. So besides your closet, where else do you keep your clothes?
This here is clothes, and in here I use different size packing cubes.
Oh, yeah. Love packing cubes.
Yeah, and I
They're the
roll up my
best.
t-shirts, and then usually I hang it out the night before, and in the morning it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So really, my clothes are here and here.
Perfect. And I see you've got the fruit basket that everybody has to have. I don't have a fruit basket yet. I've
Well,
got to
these
get
are
one.
these are from IKEA.
Yes.
And they come two for, I don't know, $10 or something like
Nice.
that. And I like it. My bread is over here, and some crackers and stuff. It sort of like divides it.
Right.
You know, it acts
Right.
as a divider as well as storage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like
Right.
almost like a wall.
Almost like a wall without
Yeah.
it being a wall.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do those swing back and forth very much when you drive?
Only when I go over the curb.
Okay.
I did like 3 times today. Around
Hey,
those
it
corners.
happens. It's okay.
It happens. It happens.
All right. You said you didn't build this out. If you could change one thing, the most important thing, what would you change?
The hinges.
Oh, the hinges.
The
Okay.
European hinges.
And what's your favorite part of the build?
I really like everything about the build.
Okay.
I didn't want the high bed. You know, a lot
Right.
of people do that, and then they have the garage.
Yes.
The only thing I do is hike. I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
So I don't need a lot of storage
Gotcha.
for my hiking gear, right? Because what do I have? A knapsack, a pair of shoes, and
Right.
you know, a few things. So I really like this U-shaped thing. And if I have people in, you know, and cook spaghetti and meatballs or
Yeah.
something like that, there's room for
Yeah, you have an entertainment area.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I have in the past had more people, and they just brought in their bag chairs,
Yes.
and we set them up here, and it was great. We had a
Cool.
little party with about 6 people, and it was great.
Awesome. Okay, so then now we're going to look at your cat area.
All right.
Okay, so show me Bernie's room.
All right, Bernie's. So I had a board, a melamine board cut out to fit the area, and it runs from the back of the chair right into, there's like a little slot.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
right in there. And then down below here I have his litter,
Okay.
which is great because I can easily empty it.
Right.
And I can also clean it pretty easily. You know that
Yes.
you got to clean it. And normally I store a bag of litter here, but the bag is too full right now. I've got to.
Yeah. I moved it. It was
swap
heavy.
So, because they come in huge bags, because I use rolled paper.
Uh-huh. And why do you like the rolled paper?
Because Bernie goes everywhere in the van, and when you use the clay, he walks that clay all over the van.
Oh, yeah.
This, it only comes out because it gets knocked out. He
Okay.
doesn't walk it all over. So I really
So I
like
see you
that.
still have your seat in there. So that table's over your seat.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
So
And
you
then-
didn't have to take it out.
No, and then I just kind of rolled the back straight up, so it kind of helps hold it in.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice. And but Bernie also walks on a leash, right?
correct. Yes. And
That is so cool.
he really loves. I'm just gonna fix him.
Yes.
He really likes people a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants the patting and the attention. So when you're a cat on a leash out
Mm-hmm.
for a walk, you get a lot of attention,
Right.
and he loves
He
it.
does get a lot of attention.
he
We were in
absolutely loves it.
Quartzsite and Bernie got all the attention. They're like, look at the cat on the leash.
Yeah, so he walks right over to the people. He's gotten out of the van one time. I just wasn't paying attention. And I was at a park, and I just went, there was a baseball tournament going on, and I just walked over to the people and said, have you seen my cat? And they were like, yeah, and someone was holding him. He goes
Oh,
to the
my
people.
goodness.
He's not out wandering around trying to get a mouse or whatever.
So
Cats
cute.
do. Yeah.
Bernie, you're so cute.
He's a good boy. He's good company.
Yes. Well, let me ask you a van life question. If someone was thinking about doing this but they weren't sure, how would you advise they start?
Well, what I did, I'll tell you what I did.
Okay.
I started watching van life videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And just looking at people, and I was watching the Canadian ones because of our weather and, you know, it's our country and all of that. So then I started thinking, oh, that's what I want to do.
Right.
I want to do that. I want to be free. And I'm an accountant by trade, and when you're an accountant, there's a lot of rules to follow. And I've never felt more free in my whole life. And I'm not a young girl anymore.
Yes.
So I truly love it. Truly, truly love it.
And so you have no regrets?
None. Zero. None.
That is awesome. And you had a house before?
I had a house.
And you sold your house?
I sold my house, and I had lots of stuff, so I donated tons of stuff, like my work clothes. I didn't need them anymore, so I donated them. And I had free yard sales because it was like, if I say it's $5, it's $5. I don't want to say, okay, $4.50.
Yes,
so
I understand.
Just would have a free yard sale, and my neighbors would come over, and they would say, "Really, it's free?" And I would say, "Yes, please take it," because I had a lot of gardening stuff.
Right.
Anyways, and of course, all of my neighbors, like, they gave me gift cards. They would drop off wine. They would. So I got something in exchange.
Yeah. So it was like a donation yard sale.
It was a donation yard sale. Yeah.
Right.
That was. But yeah, it was fun. It was kind of fun, but I was sad when, you know, I left the house because I'd lived there for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a lot of good memories there. But I lived on a corner lot, and I was sick of looking after it. Like, I really was. I felt chained to it.
Right.
You know, so, and some people don't sell everything. They rent their house out, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be a landlord. I just wanted to be free. And I feel so free. Like right now, if I'm bored, I can just get in there, start it up, and go somewhere.
Yes.
So it's great.
Well, that is awesome. And thank you for taking the time to show us your home on wheels. And it was really nice hanging out with you in Quartzsite, on the Caravan 2 Quartzsite.
Same. I had a really good time.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for showing us Bernie's home too. Bernie is the coolest cat ever.